Uh, Good evening, our viewers. Tonight we have our guest, Linda Maina. Linda Maina is a young mother who has come to talk to us about the motherhood and the parenting. She's also gifted in the area of content writings. Welcome, Madam Linda.
Thank you so much.
How was your day?
My day was good, thank
Karibu
you.
sana to Pamina's channel.
Yeah.
Madam Linda Maina, she's gifted in content writings. And tonight, my viewers, the aim of Pamina's channel is also to tap the young people, the youth, who has got talents in various fields. And that's why tonight we thought it wise to have Linda Maina to enlighten the upcoming generation, and particularly the mothers. And maybe she has something to say about parenting. Madam Linda, how are you? Once again. Can we start maybe by telling us who you are, and maybe your background, and maybe where you have schooled before you reach here?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Maina,
Yes.
for welcoming me to Pamina's channel.
Yes, please.
And also to say hi to your viewers.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Linda Maina. I am a mother, a passionate mother, as you mentioned. Yeah, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, and also what I do is that I have a company by the name Light Living. Under the company, we do home and space organization, meal planning and meal prepping, lifestyle support. And the reason as to why I'm here is that I'm also the thoughts behind a blog called Thoughts of a Millennium. And in the blog, I talk about different things that affect the young people, different things that affect young people like me, including motherhood, among other issues.
As Madam Linda Maina, that is a very good introduction. I would like us, maybe you tell us your education backgrounds, where the far you have gone with your education. Just a word of two.
All right, so I have a bachelor's degree in science, whereby I studied food operations and management. And under the course, I majored on hospitality and minored on nutrition. I also have a diploma in business management. And other than that, I'm a certified virtual assistant.
Thank you, Madam Linda. You have also mentioned about the food operations, which I think maybe in some section you touched on the area of the diet, how people should eat. Could you maybe say something concerning the same area? Because we have been having that problems. Many people are going to the hospitals because of various issues. And I could hear the different doctors, different medics talking about the diet. We check about our diet. What can you advise?
When it comes to diet, I always say it's as simple as what you were taught in high school or even primary. You remember we were told that we should aim for a balanced diet that includes carbohydrates, just a small portion, proteins, and then vitamins. And we were told that carbohydrates should just be a small portion, and then the protein should be a bit more than the carbohydrates, and then the vitamins in addition to vegetables and fruits should form most of your plate. And apart from that, we are also constantly advised to keep taking a lot of water. So I believe with diet it's as simple as that. We don't have to go for the complicated products or such things. And then because you mentioned I'm here to also talk a bit of parenting, I believe with with bringing up children, the diet also plays a major and crucial role, because what we feed our children will show in one way or another. We know, and it's scientifically proven that some diets can overstimulate a child, and you might find that a child is considered too much just because of what they are being fed. And also, whatever you teach a child from when they are young in regards to their diet, they take it into adulthood. So if you teach them to take something healthy, they will take that to adulthood. If you teach them to take the fast processed food, that's what they will take to adulthood. And we can also not ignore the fact that lifestyle diseases have become quite a common thing nowadays. So I'd say with diet, it's really crucial. It's a really crucial part of life, and even for our children, we should really be careful of what we are feeding them.
Madam Rida, how old is your daughter? And maybe could you mind maybe to say, as a young parent, maybe some of the challenges and maybe some of the motivation and the encouragement you have derived from your daughter?
So
have you enjoyed parenting?
Yeah, so that's a good question, Mr. Maina. And my daughter is 3 years old, and she's one very beautiful, intelligent girl, something that I'm grateful for and something that I'm proud of. So in regards to me enjoying motherhood, I can say I have enjoyed motherhood for a fact. From when she was conceived through the pregnancy until after the pregnancy, I've really enjoyed every bit, and I'd say that is big. And I'd say to achieve that, it has come with me taking care of my mental health, my emotional health, and then I'm able to transfer that to my motherhood. In terms of challenges, any parent, any mother will tell you that parenting has its bit of difficulties, because our children not only need us financially, as some or most people will think. Our children need us in all aspects: spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, socially. They need us in all those aspects, and we really have to be intentional with that. And I can say the challenge comes in there, because sometimes you're a bit too tired, but you have to show up for that child. So I'd say that's the challenging part. But overall, I enjoy motherhood, and I consider it a great honor and gift from God.
Thank you, Rida. Yeah. Considering that you seem to be a very, very busy lady, being a content writer, maybe you also do some other jobs here and there, just to make sure that your daughter is comfortable, your home is comfortable. As far as I've heard people and many parents talking about the challenges in terms of relating with the caregiver. Would you maybe mind to say something? Because many a times I could hear many parents talking the challenges they're going, how they relate. Could you maybe say something as far as your experience is concerned?
Yeah. So thank you for that question. Yeah, and I understand, especially from my fellow mothers, some of them have had a really hard time with caregivers. And unfortunately, it's from both sides. You'll hear caregivers saying that maybe the bosses are a bit toxic or mean, and then you'll also hear the bosses or the guardians or the parents saying, hey, maybe the caregivers are a bit stubborn. But for me, I always say, when bringing in a caregiver, you have to be really specific on what you want. So if you need to write down a list of your non-negotiables in a caregiver, please go ahead and do that. And then other than that, pray to God. I'm a believer. I believe in God. So I believe that you have to really pray to God to bring good people your way, and He usually does that. So other than that, it begins with you. It begins with you as the employer. You really have to have a good heart, a genuinely good heart. You really need to respect people. despite their backgrounds or who they are, and that applies to caregivers too. So if you bring in a caregiver, treat them how you'd want to be treated. Treat them how you'd want them to treat your children. So that means talking to them with respect, giving them the necessities, whether it's food, whether it's a good bed to sleep on. Just treat them with respect, and other than that, actually care for them. They are not just there to work for you and to take orders from you. You are a leader to them, and with leadership it means being a role model. So that includes inspiring them to do better by the way you conduct yourself. Some of these caregivers, they are forced to be in those jobs by circumstances. Otherwise, if you hear from them, some of them aspire to push with their studies.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, some of them want to start businesses. So inspire them, help them to believe that they can do it, teach them how to manage their finances and such things. And if you extend love and respect to these caregivers, without a doubt, they will give you the same in return.
All right,
unless
Rita.
Someone is a bad person or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
Now, Rita.
Yeah.
Considering that we are living in a very difficult times because the environment many a times, the neighborhood is toxic, how do you make sure that you be in a position to put the right morals in your child? How are you going? What is your plan?
Okay. Again, that's a really, really good question. I love to believe in the goodness of life, but also at the same time, we cannot ignore the world that we are in. It can be toxic. As much as it has good people, it has some not so good people. So I believe parenting starts from home. The instilling of morals and values, it starts from home. So my child should learn from me first before they learn from someone else. And to do that, I have to be led by God in order to teach this child the right way. And I can reference the Bible for a bit. The Bible says that if you bring up a child in the ways of the Lord, without a doubt, even when they grow up, they will not default from it. So I'd say, as parents, we should ask God to guide us in how we are bringing up these children, and then it should start with us. We should instill good values and morals. We should instill good values and morals into these children. That means we should teach them how to be kind to others, how to be respectful to their elders, how to express themselves but do so respectfully. We should instill these morals, and when they go out there, it's really hard for them to be influenced otherwise. And also, if I can say to even the caregivers that we bring, when these caregivers come into our homes, they should meet a set of standards, a set of values, a set of beliefs that we already believe in, and then they'll be able to apply and follow. So they'll be able to teach your child the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's a very lovely leader.
Yeah.
But I would wish to know, where did you learn all this? Because you seem to be a very young lady.
Yeah.
Where did you learn all this? You are just a mother of just 3 years.
Uh-huh.
Did you go to a school to learn all this? Did you learn from your parents?
Mm-hmm.
Or who teaches you all this?
Yeah, thank you for that question, and thank you. I take that as a compliment. So first of all, I'd say it's by the grace of God, and other than that, I'm blessed to have the best parents and the most supportive parents. I can say for a fact I was brought up in a home full of love and support, and if you are loved correctly, you are able to extend that to others, even your children.
So this is just like telling us, I think behaviors is a two-way traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the president people are saying
Mm-hmm.
Respect and the behaviors is a three-way traffic, because first and foremost you must respect yourselves before you respect others.
Yeah, very true.
And thereafter they will reciprocate by respecting you.
Yeah, very true.
Carry on, Madam Reader.
Yeah, so I'd say the grace of God, being brought up in a loving and supportive home, Also, I'm passionate about motherhood and things to do with the family setup. So I will consume a lot of materials regarding the same. And this is an urge to everyone, and even to young people and aspiring mothers and fathers. Please, the TikTok trends are good, but take time to consume the right material. If you want to be in a healthy marriage, if you want to be a good and loving parent, consume things that will feed into that. So I'd say consuming materials that help me to be a better mother, and just being self-aware. You know, when you are self-aware, when you can recognize yourself in terms of your strengths and your weaknesses, you are able to be a better person, because you can be able to continue enhancing your strengths and you can be able to continue improving your weaknesses. So by being self-aware, you're also able to be a better parent. So that's what I'd say helps me with my parenting.
Madam Rida, thank you. That is a well explained topic. But I have come to know that you are a content writer.
Yeah.
Could you mind maybe to mention to our viewers some of the topics you have been able to write, and how many?
Yeah.
By the way, how many topics have you written since you started to do the content writings?
Okay.
And if you don't mind, would you mind to name them?
Okay.
So that next time you can continue to enlighten our viewers.
Okay.
Yes.
So as I mentioned, my blog goes by the name Thoughts of a Millennial, and what inspires the topics I write about, it's my day-to-day experiences. Maybe my interactions with people, from the places I visit, I'll be able to come up with topics from that. So I've written a number of topics. I haven't counted yet, but I believe there are a number. So
would you mind to mention some of them?
Yeah,
yes.
Definitely. So
by the title, if anything.
Yeah, so I've written a topic on freedom, being free.
What do you mean by freedom?
So by freedom, I mean as much as you're listening to the external voices, being free means listening to yourself. You know, we are told we know ourselves better, more than anyone else knows us. So being free is really listening to yourself, knowing what you love, knowing what you want, and then acting by that without being necessarily influenced by external voices. So I've written a topic on freedom. I've written about being in the right environment. I've written about my motherhood experience. I've written about love. I've written about envy. So those are...
Because as we wind up, I wouldn't mind maybe you have mentioned envy.
Yeah.
Envy has put a lot of people into trouble.
Yeah.
Because you want ABCD and you are not in a position, your time has not come, or you have not taken enough time.
Yeah.
Can you say something about the envy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how it affects the lives of... How did you think of envy?
Yeah. So the topic envy was actually inspired by things I had gone through with close people who I could actually notice that they were a bit envious, for lack of a better word. And so I'd say to avoid traits like envy, because I believe envy comes with other negative traits like bitterness and such. So to avoid such traits, I say know yourself, know where you are in life, know what you love, know what you want, and then stick to improving yourself, stick to going by what God has called you to do. Otherwise, if you don't do that, if you are always comparing yourself with others, that's where traits like envy come in. So bottom line and overall, I'd say from the topics I write about, what I try to educate people, what I try to teach people is to really love yourself, really know yourself, really strive to heal from what you've been through, and then you can be able to become the best version of yourself.
So you are kind of trying to say, other than being envy, other than developing the spirit of competition, let's try to supplement all, support one another. Yeah. And of course we do it in love.
Yeah.
Because with the love, all things will work for the good of all.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it actually starts with loving yourself.
Yes.
I always say it's as simple as strive to work on yourself in these aspects. Socially, work on yourself. Economically, work on yourself. Physically, mentally, emotionally. What other aspect? There are about 6. Work on yourself, and once you're able to work on yourself, you'll be able to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you have nothing to hate on others. So the only thing you can do when you love yourself is to extend the same love and kindness to others. So
Madam Linda Maina, you have said a lot.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
You have also made people aware of the lives, especially the young parents.
Yeah.
And also the people who are aspiring to get into parenthood.
Yeah.
Maybe what is your part shot as we wind up our topic tonight, this evening?
Yeah. So my parting shot will be to young people.
Yes.
And also your viewers, because I understand your channel is family oriented.
Yes.
So I believe there are a lot of parents in here.
Yes.
So what I'd say is, for most of us grown-ups, we've already grown up. We went through our traumas, we went through our wins, we were loved, we went through some maybe difficult times. So the only thing we can do is to aim to heal and work on ourselves to become better. But then for those of us who are parents, or for those of us who are aspiring to be parents, or even you may not be a biological parent, but you are modeling also for another child.
Yes, yes.
I'd say please create the best environment for that child. And the best environment doesn't come with all the toys or all the money. The best environment is offering these children love, support, and encouraging their talent and gifts, allowing them to express themselves. As much as you are parents to these children, we can also aspire to be their friends in such a way that they can be comfortable to come to us with any issue, good or bad. So what I'd say is, let's strive to love our children, to bring them up in healthy environments, because these children are the future generation. For instance, in Kenya, we've been praying, we've been pleading for better leaders, and it starts from childhood. The children we are raising, they are sure to become the leaders of tomorrow. So if we bring them up in a good way, they will also be better adults. And Mr. Maina, allow me to tell people where they can find me.
All right, please do, Madam Rida.
Yeah, so
the viewers are looking at you.
Yeah,
they are listening.
Yeah. Okay, so in almost all my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you'll find me as Linda Maina. And then for my post of the Thoughts of a Millennial, I write in WordPress. So it's https://thoughtsofamillennial5.wordpress.com. You'll find my articles. But go to my social media and you'll be able to find the link to all my other works. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Rida, for your time.
Okay.
Thank you so much for enlightening our viewers.
Thank you for having me.
I hope my viewers, you'd like maybe to have another session of this magnitude. Madam Rida, may God continue to pour his blessings, to pour his wisdom upon you, to continue to enrich our viewers, especially the upcoming mothers and the guardians. God bless you, and God continue to do you good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Well,
Okay.